This is the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold on. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast, midweek news. Me and Holstera here. Freebird was supposed to be here, but Lola is still not able to walk by herself and needs a whole lot of
prayers,
care, and stuff like that. So he was going to make it, but totally understand. He will be back. He did not abandon us like the box. And
no, he's got legitimate reasons.
No.
Unlike Red Boxes, he's gone too.
No, well, his little kid's been sick a lot. I think I don't know, they've been out the hospital a lot. So
that's not good.
You just have to deal. Y'all come to see me anyway. So
last week they all stayed because you weren't here.
No, they stayed because they were wondering. I got the new FYF Society T-shirts out for sale. If y'all, the Patreon, can look and see what I put on the Patreon.
It stands for finger your face, right?
No, it's fuck your feelings. Be sticking your finger in people's faces like that.
Be like rawr, like your little be the cheetah. Rawr.
The lion.
Now you're lying.
Yours, what's up, Beth? Yours would be I don't know, like an armadillo. It's like a little, yeah. It's like a possum with a shell. They stink.
Fuck.
So you're like a shelled possum that stinks.
A shelled possum.
That's it's like you're like a crawfish possum.
You know, somebody scanned one of those because now I'm doing the 3D scanning. Like I could actually scan you sitting on your motorcycle and then print one of you.
I got something for you to scan.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, you done threw me off my fucking train of thought. Oh, somebody done scanned a little crawfish. So you could 3D print a little crawfish? I'd have printed a bunch of them in red and stick them in the holes around your yard. Really, you'd be like, I'm going to catch this fucker. And I'd catch it and it'd be made of plastic.
Well, let's get the housekeeping out the way. I'm cheating now since I made this. So we're going to get the housekeeping out the way.
You made what?
Well, let's get the housekeeping out the way. We'll start off, of course, with the Patreon. People helping me pay the bills.
Fucking porn music.
Start off first with Mr. Dan Carlson from Burley Boards. He's a crew member. Check out Burley Boards if you like some quality merchandise, cutting boards.
If you like hardwood.
Ask Holstera, he'll tell you. He's got him one. We got T-Bird. She's a full crew member. We got Mr. Jim Pokrant, full crew member. Also a co-host on the Short Track Guys podcast. If you like dirt track racing, check him out. Very informative. We got Mr. Hoppy Hobson, our truck driving buddy. We got Mr. Aaron from I Had to Say It podcast, one of my go-tos. Go check him out if you'd like to. Also, he's a full crew member here. We got Mr. Christopher DeMars. We got Mr. Z Palmer. We got Miss Lauren Stimson. All of these are full crew members. Roy Spalding. It's Roy with the S, not Roy with the P.
That's better.
We got JoJo, our favorite girl from down under. We got Miss Kaylee Norris and Natasha A, our two girls from the state of Washington. And last but never least is our OG crew member, Melissa Holstein. And bringing up the rear, just hanging around like a hemorrhoid, we got Mr. Chad Jenkins. But it don't matter what tier you're on. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hope y'all are enjoying the extra content I put out. If anybody else is interested in it, go join up. Got from $3 to $10. The more you pay, the more you get. Constantly putting stuff out. If you are a cigar smoker and you want a premium cigar, super premium cigar, go to mypatriotcigar.com and get you your cigars. They have different flavors, different strengths. Use motorcop code 15. You'll get 15% off your entire order. If you order $100 or more, you'll get free shipping, and he ships quick. It's worth it. Give it as a gift. Keep them for yourself. Go check it out. If you would like some Motorcop merch, t-shirts that I wear, we got mouse pads, we got little lions now, we got all kind of stuff. Go to the Motorcop Etsy store.
Little lions,
Easiest way to get to it is go to the webpage, www.motorcopchronicles.com. All the links are on the page. You can check all of that out right there. You can even go ask to join up on the private Facebook group page. Oh, shut up. Just answer a few questions and we'll let you in. You got to answer them right. Like, subscribe, and review. Send this and share it with all your friends and your friends.
Is that it?
Go ahead and get the show started. That would be it.
Okay.
Are you happy now?
Okay. Now, usually the box would be here, well, once a month anyway, and I would ask Freebird if we could do a round table. But I think I can go with the entire audience. Since that is going to automatically be the beginning of every episode, cut the music short and move it up. See what I'm saying?
What?
Like, have it do that before we even go live.
I can.
And that way, we're giving people an hour of content and not 15 minutes worth of intro. Does everybody like that idea?
Z Palmer said it's a blizzard outside of his house. It was like 88 degrees today. Sweating my ass off.
It was like 78 with an overcast here. I don't know. I could have went to the beach. I mean, if I wasn't trapped inside.
It was freaking hot. If everybody don't know, I'll tell y'all. I had jury duty the last 2 days. Yes.
Uh-oh, are you allowed to talk about the cases?
I'm not on the jury.
Oh.
They did not pick me. I wanted to be on the jury. They did not pick me. I wanted to be it. Of course, they wouldn't have picked me anyway, but they just wouldn't pick me. But that's where I've been at the last 2 days. I'm hoping I gave out a lot of bracelets and magnets and stuff, so hopefully we'll be getting some new listeners in. Did make some new friends, of course, because I like to run my mouth. They did have an older man that was sitting by me and some people on the first day. He got up and left after the first break and went and sat on the other side of the courthouse, in the courtroom, because he said that we were having way too much fun.
You couldn't be on a jury.
I could be on a jury.
You do not have the ability to shut the fuck up. You would be sitting in the jury box, and the guy would be telling the answer and lie, and you'd be like, bullshit. You'd be like, juror number 7, shut the fuck up.
Yes, everybody, y'all can see me today. And Brady said he had some guy try to break in his truck while he was cutting grass.
Oh, you were parked on an exit ramp. That was Freebird trying to get in.
Was supposed to know where her bracelet's at. Hey, at least I finally got you your cup, right? One thing at a time. One thing at a time, Alyssa.
Babe, I still got books and all kinds of stuff up at his house. I'm going to have to end up going up there and get. But if I drive all the way up there, I'm getting that fucking cheetah.
You're not stealing my cheetah.
I'm not stealing shit, sir. I'm tactically acquiring it.
That's called stuff. No. You can't steal. You show up in my yard with that flat brim hat on, we're going to have issues. I'm just telling you right now.
You know I can't come to your house without a fucking parka on.
You need to bend the bill of that hat.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're repping the National Aviation Academy.
That sticker off.
Well, that's like, sir, I actually like electric vehicles, and you think they're an abomination. So there has to be some level of disconnect. We can't all be the same. I mean, mentally, we're about the same, but...
I got you some.
Oh, shit. Cock ring?
No.
Some gold and diamond
I couldn't find
studded?
nothing that small. And I tried ordering them for China, and they still were too big.
Like, oh. What the fuck is it? It's a dog tag. This little pot plant thing? What?
It's a weed necklace.
The Iceman has finally figured out the key to being able to relax. Remember, kids, don't do drugs unless they're free.
Don't do your drugs. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do your drugs. Do other people's. Sell your own.
Jim said he watched a guy walk out of a Publix store with a bunch of stolen meat, and told the story. And they did nothing too.
I believe he told the store and they did nothing.
Oh, told the store and they did nothing.
Where, Jim? I'm coming shopping in your neighborhood.
I tried to press charges on my wife for stealing some meat, but they said it would have been a misdemeanor.
Yeah, because theft is going past the last point of sale. But could you technically fire up a grill in the lawn section and cook meat and it not be theft?
you were testing it before you bought it?
Yeah, because in the state of Florida, you have to walk past the last checkpoint. Concealment and everything ain't even against the law. That would be a good little video. We should do that sometime. Just go to a Walmart.
Get arrested. Just cook meat in Walmart.
I'm not sure we'd get arrested. I could articulate that to a police officer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. If we did it while we were speeding, we'd be all right.
I don't do speed, sir.
Yeah.
That's a Louisiana thing.
Oh, why? Jim's on here.
I get what you're saying.
They had a guy. They had a guy today that was up there. He didn't get picked for the jury neither. And of course, I like to run my mouth and talk to everybody. Couldn't find out his wife has a podcast, and this guy, I think he does dirt track racing out here, and like I said, I'm not familiar with it.
Did you tell him about Jim?
Yes, I did, but he does. He's not modified. I think they do crate or something like that. I don't know.
Crepes?
Crate, like a crate motor. That's I'm guessing what they're saying. But anyway, his wife. What I'm getting to is his wife has a podcast, and I did check it out. And it's called Racing. It's called Race Wife Unfiltered. I went and subscribed. I got to listen to the first one just a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, she's unfiltered, and she got a mouth on her like I do. So
they do that down here now too, Kelly.
It wasn't too bad. So I don't know if y'all want to try to hook up or something, Jim. Go check it out. I found it on Apple, and it's also on Spotify. It's called Race.
Damn, you got to know his wife and him that well?
No.
So you're offering Jim to go hook up with that dude's wife?
I'm talking about the podcast stuff, you dirty-minded, filthy boy. Yeah, late models. That's what he's racing. But anyway, I don't know.
They even started the first story.
2 race podcasts and stuff like that. Y'all might want to hook up like that.
Yep.
Podcast ways, y'all don't mind Holstera. He's had too many Skittles tonight. We're gonna jump right into the first story since he's over here complaining like a little bitch.
A little bitch. I've been trapped in this box for the last 10 hours.
Anyway, the first one's coming out of a Washington state, on Sunnyside, Washington. The state patrol up there they tried to pull this guy over for reckless operation 4 times, not 1, not 2, but 4 times, and they ended up not being able to stop him. He ended up crashing into another car head on, and killing 2 children that were in the car, which is very sad.
He died too, right?
No.
Of course not.
But I blame this. I blame this on stupid state laws now, because the guy's name was Keith A. Goings. First time a trooper tried to pull him over. This happened on February 28th. He got up to speeds of 120 miles an hour. So they had to break it off because in the state of Washington, the state law bars high speed pursuits unless they have probable cause that the suspect has committed a violent crime or is drunk.
Oh, now they committed a violent crime.
No. So Goings, 20 of Springfield, he drove off. He did it. A little while later, another trooper saw him and got behind him and tried to pull him over. And when he did, the guy took off at 104 miles an hour. So they stopped the pursuit. So anyway, this happened 3 more times. So it happened a total of 4 times.
Jesus.
The guy ended up crashing into. They wasn't chasing him because they had to stop. They wasn't allowed to keep chasing this guy until they could get him stopped. So he kept doing this, and he ended up running into this other car head on, like at 100 miles an hour, and killed 2 small children that was in the car. And now he is they killed an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old.
I always loved the theory that if you just don't chase them, they won't run.
Yeah, well, obviously he kept doing it. Now, he is in jail on a $100,000 bond. Of course, to me personally, he should not be let out of jail because he
runs.
He did it on purpose. He should be charged with instead of manslaughter or vehicular homicide, he should be charged with like 2nd degree because he kept doing this to do it. But this just goes to show that these stupid laws these politicians are putting in effect to supposedly save lives didn't save any lives. It actually cost lives. Maybe if they were able to pursue him, they'd have been able to get him stopped. They could have spike stripped him or pitted him out.
I had nobody ever pull away from me that I didn't find in the ditch.
So I blame, besides the bad guy in this one, I blame the state of Washington for passing stupid ass fucking laws like this, because you have politicians that think they know better, that all they've done was sit in a desk all their life with bug plugs stuffed in their fucking asses and ball gags in their mouth and just signing shit because they don't know the fuck they're doing. They're a bunch of simps. So
damn,
what? Do you want me to say how I really feel next time?
The old man dropping simps. Like half the audience probably going to be like, what the fuck is a simp? He gets that from my generation.
Kelly said they will keep speeding. Yeah, they're not going to. Well, over there, they know that the cops aren't going to chase them, so they just speed off.
Well, yeah, ain't that the same fucking state that has that law and the guy called 911 and was like, they're chasing me?
It might have been.
Tell them to stop.
That was a girl. I don't think it was another state.
Stupid.
Anyway, the next story was supposed to be Freebirds, but he's not here. But I did do a lot of his on video. And unfortunately, Holstera can't hear him, and he's been busy and hasn't watched anything.
That's all right. I can watch along with our wonderful guests.
This next one is synopsis on it is the Missouri House okays a bill that's going to take over the St. Louis Police Department. You know, we'll listen to it when the state's going to take over PD.
What could go wrong?
State control changes could be on the way. Fox News' Laura Simon outside police headquarters with more.
The St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department has been under city control since 2012. If this becomes law, it would return control over to a 5-member board.
By the long face.
This board would be appointed by the governor and would include the city's mayor. Yesterday, a state takeover of the city police department moved one step closer to the governor's desk. Lawmakers in the Missouri House voting overwhelmingly to advance the measure to the Senate for consideration. The legislation moves to the Senate in a 113-40 vote. 3 Democratic lawmakers from Kansas City voted present. The city gained control of the police department a decade ago through a statewide vote after years of lobbying. This morning, our partners at the Post-Dispatch report Republicans have characterized local control of St. Louis's police department as a, quote, failed experiment. The city's police union says during the time under local control, police morale at the department has tanked and crime in the city's gotten worse. If approved by the Senate and signed by Governor Mike Parson, this would represent a rebuke of Mayor Tashara Jones's leadership of the department. The mayor disapproves of the move. She tweeted yesterday in part saying state control of police does not make cities safer. Democratic representatives from the St. Louis area are split on the idea of the state taking over.
So if you were underpaid, overworked, understaffed, ill-equipped for your job, which is the current situation and has been for the St. Louis City Metropolitan Police Department, I just think that's outrageous.
Because there's absolutely no evidence that passing this bill and creating a state board will correct the problem that is presenting, which is violence in the city of St. Louis.
The proposed legislation also includes a $7,000 annual pay raise for city police. Reporting outside of police headquarters downtown.
Okay, well, that's it.
That'll boost morale.
I'm thinking it looks like it may be a good thing because obviously the mayor and stuff is not handling it very well because crime and shit's through the roof. So
imagine you have a state like Illinois, and the state proposed that they took over the rule of Chicago because the city of Chicago's laws suck. They have their own locality laws that they can manipulate and destroy the Second Amendment inside of the city. Well, when they do away with the city government and hand that over to the state, now you fall back immediately to the state level and to the federal level and completely do away with that locality shit. And I could see where it would help. I mean,
well, it must be bad if the police union's for it and not against it. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh, yeah, $7,000 raise, though.
All right. Well,
good for them.
It's not a whole lot, but it's better than what they're getting.
7 G's is better than 0.
Correct. All right, this next one here is you. And, I mean.
This is hilarious.
After you read it, it took a genius to come up with this right here.
Me and you are moving to New York. We're fitting to clean up New York. New York program plans to pay up to $200 a week to gang members who avoid violent crimes. The pilot what could go wrong? The pilot program includes mentoring, job training, conflict resolution between rival gangs, and therapy. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. A new program aimed at reducing the city's gun violence wants to pay gang members to stay out of trouble. First off, it sounds like a scam. Like, if I was a drug lord or a gangbanger in New York and I always had a gun on me, the last thing I'm doing is walking into a government building and handing them my ID and saying, I won't shoot anybody next week if you pay me $200 a day.
Or what they're going to do.
Seems like a fucking setup.
So what I think they're going to do is they'll get some of the little baby bangers or whatever that.
Yep.
Get them to go sign up and just start collecting money. And then if you don't uphold it, and do they make you pay the money back?
No, I think it's per week if you don't commit a crime that week.
So if you don't get caught breaking the law that week, you digging. So see, what I think is the most asinine thing ever is you're going to give people money for basically doing what they're supposed to be doing in the first place.
Right, and if the program ever just abruptly fucking ends, you're going to have the most violent city in all history because they're going to think that they got to go shoot their neighbor in the head to get that $200.
Yeah, I mean that $200 is going to buy them some weed say weed money
every week.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. $200 a week is a good extra little, hey, put this in your pocket.
I mean,
but then again, as a law-abiding citizen, I better be getting compensated too. Otherwise, I might want to go out and bust a cap in somebody's ass.
I know you're not going to get the money. You're not going to get the money.
What the fuck?
For not doing, but they're going to pay people for doing what you should be doing in the first place, like not breaking the law.
It's so fucked up.
Of course, this is going to come out of New York City. I mean, it's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
The mayor's office is planning to ask common councilors for $1 million to fund the efforts. Well, fuck, that'll be gone in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's not going to last long.
How many people are in New York and their crime rate is through the roof?
How do y'all feel about it? I think that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in a while today. Anyway.
Yeah,
that's a hot nut story. That's definitely a hot nut story.
It's on the top of my list for tonight.
We're gonna segue right back and we're gonna stay in New York because Mayor Adams, this man must be a part of Mensa. He must be a fucking genius. You hear me? Mayor Adams is a genius. Why do I say this? Because he has come out and said that the bodegas and all these stores they ought to change the rules where you're not allowed to wear a mask inside the stores anymore, because he feels like that people are wearing these masks not for COVID reasons, but because it helps hide their identity, and they're using it to go in and commit crimes in the bodegas.
No.
So he said, y'all need to change the rules where you need to ban people from coming in your stores with masks on, and it will help slow the crime rate down. The man is this man is so smart he ought to run for politics. Oh, never mind. I think I said this shit 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I said something about this shit 3 weeks ago. Maybe he's listening to us. I doubt it. But if you listen to me, Adams, and you're taking my goddamn ideas, you better give me credit for them. You're a bitch. Okay. So he's just a complete moron. This man is stupid. They elected him. And I mean, you come out with something like this. A 3-year-old's got that kind of common sense. But now the mayor said it. God, he's so smart. Now I want to start wearing a mask just because he said not to. Anyway, that's that story. You're just sitting there sucking on whatever.
Oh, they're delicious. If anybody's never had Icebreakers Duo, not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, just send me a box of these and I'll
just a box.
Just I mean, the box is pretty fucking big, but they're delicious.
Yeah, Aaron says nobody would abuse masks to steal stuff. And Kelly says they do the same thing out with her too. I've been saying, I said something about it 3 weeks ago, and then he comes out and I was like, really? He's just so smart.
So smart.
This next one was going to be free birds. This is an ex, I believe, Colorado deputy who was involved in the crash, a high-speed pursuit, and got injured on his back, and he is suing now. He is suing. Billy, do not entice him. He said icebreakers don't make noise.
Control changes could be on the way. Fox News Laura Simon outside police headquarters.
Nassau County Sheriff's Office has released the names of those two people who were arrested for a police chase that started at the Safeway in Falcon and ended with multiple crashes in Colorado Springs on Friday afternoon. Brooke Macklin and Caleb Miles were arrested at the crash scene at Academy and Austin Bluffs. Miles had active warrants for several charges, including theft.
And that's met up.
I mean, I'm not trying to. Well, yeah, I am, but this woman right here,
it's meth, dude.
Her complexion is just intriguing. This dude right here, he's got the same thing. He that's from them picking on themselves, or they both got face herpes or something. Gave it to each other, and it looked. She got the blue hair.
And eluding, among others. Macklin had an active warrant for failure to comply. The sheriff's office says that they are also suspects in several crimes in both the county and the city. Deputies were called to that Safeway on McLaughlin Road during the lunch hour on Friday when someone spotted them siphoning gas from a truck in the parking lot. The pursuit ended when deputies learned that the vehicle was began when deputies learned the vehicle was stolen. Eventually, that chase moved its way into Colorado Springs. The sheriff's office says that the driver sometimes drove on the wrong side of the road, across medians, and they also ran stop signs.
Oh God! Oh my God! Holy!
Sorry, oh my God! Did you see this? These motherfuckers stole. They must have stolen the biggest piece of shit car in the world. Because if the car was stolen, let's go back, look at it. Where'd you just look at it? I mean, what color is it? It's a little blue, red on it. I mean, look at it. I don't even know what kind of truck is that. But it's like 3 different colors. They stole that. They stole that. It's a what? That's 10. It's a Ford fucking Ranger.
No, it's a Nissan.
It's 3 different colors. That's the vehicle they stole though. That's what they stole. I got to watch this guy get crashed again, though, because he's like, oh, my God, it's going to hit us.
Oh! Oh, God! Oh, my God! Holy...
Yeah, it's a Nissan Frontier.
Oh, my God, I spilled my Skittles all over the place. The rainbow's on the floor.
Holy...
Eventually, a deputy tried to stop that vehicle at the intersection of Austin Bluffs and Barnes. The suspect drove away, hitting several cars. Another attempt was made at Seaford Boulevard before that driver, as you saw, ran the red light there at Austin Bluffs and Academy, hitting 2 more cars before stopping. 4 sheriff's office vehicles were hit. 1 deputy was treated and released at the hospital for an injury. That area was shut down for several.
Well, cops suing. I guess he's suing his department or something, because, I mean... I guarantee you, of those 2 right here, of these 2, they don't have nothing.
Bullshit. They got full coverage.
On that truck?
They got farmers insurance. We are methods. Dum 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 dum.
Yeah. So he's got to be. Let me look on it real quick for y'all. He's got to be suing his own department. It says ex-deputy, so former deputy. So yeah, he's suing the sheriff's office that he worked for over injuries from the reckless pursuit.
Oh, so he wants them to have the same policy as the other areas.
He 37. He suffered a multi-level compression fracture of his thoracic spine.
I don't even know what that means.
It means he hurt his back. Okay, he's got back injuries. He said he sustained injuries that forced him to retire as a result of a reckless car chase by El Paso County Sheriff's Office.
So why was he driving reckless?
I don't know why he was driving reckless. I mean, wasn't that his choice? He didn't. I mean, he could have didn't have to pursue.
Yeah, I've always been allowed to terminate my own pursuits.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would say if I was the defense in this.
Yeah, I mean, he could have, if he felt it was that dangerous, he could have had the common sense of just pulling over and stopping.
Or did the sergeant pull up next to him and aim his weapon at him?
Yeah, and said,
keep going or I'll fucking shoot you.
Said, motherfucker, if you don't keep going, I'll take you out.
Yeah. Bitch.
Yeah.
He was stressed out, the bitch.
That's what he said. And he said,
Hey, JoJo.
Please, no, Sergeant. Yes, Billy said it looks like they were on their way to church and they were just running late. They were probably on their way to church's chicken because they were hungry from all that meth.
Get your chicken at Popeyes.
She said the internet is crap out there. She don't know how long she will be able to hold on for. Hold on tight, JoJo. Just hold on really tight. Must be your internet. Damn Australian internet.
No, it's because they got her filtered. They know every Wednesday she listens to Freedom.
It's her people she works for. Her fucking
the Aussie government.
Yeah, shut it down. JoJo's on break. Well, I'm trying to watch them damn rednecks up there, bastard. But he's suing.
I'm kind of confused on this next story.
You're confused.
I'm just gonna read it.
You need me to read for you?
Florida disbands K-9 unit over arrested losing eye.
Yeah, they arrested somebody. They used the dog to arrest them. And the dog was like, "Oh look, I feel like chomping on the eyeball."
He's like a squeaky toy, squeaky, squeaky.
Like
and the guy was like, "My fucking eye,
blood." They call me Bushwick Bill now.
City manager Cynthia Curry announced the temporary executive decision.
She just killed all the fucking dogs. Yeah, just kill them.
That's why I was like, what the fuck? Executive decision Friday after weighing community input following the July 2020 arrest who lost his eye during a K-9 apprehension. Well, I guess you better go find it.
I mean, was he running and just popped out or something?
Yeah, he lost it. I mean, that's what they said. He lost it, but apparently they're blaming it on the fucking
I lost
dog.
my virginity when I was like 15. I've been looking for that shit ever since, and I still ain't found it.
It's behind the bushes at the Boy Scout tent. The K-9 unit at the Gainesville Police Department has been disbanded effective immediately until further notice. I hope they don't put all the dogs down because I've seen cities do that. City manager Cynthia Curry announced the temporary executive decision Friday after weighing community input following the July 2020 arrest of Terrell Bradley, who lost his eye during a K-9 apprehension. She said more review is needed before sending the dogs back out to the streets.
So here we go. Another politician making decisions.
So you can't use dogs in California, period?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
So they're saying, you know, who? It's a fucking city manager. It's not even the mayor. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what is a city manager?
City manager of Gainesville. It's a pretty big fucking deal.
I mean,
Gainesville's the home.
Wouldn't the mayor? Is that I guess that's an appointed position with the PD. That's why you don't need appointed police chiefs. Okay, that's why I believe all police chiefs should have to be elected positions. So these mayors and these city officials can't come in and push these chiefs around because it is basically control the police department.
No, we got to have it the opposite.
No, they got to be elected. Every police chief ought to be elected.
You just said appointed.
No, I said that's why they shouldn't be appointed.
I'll go back and listen later, but I doubt it.
Where'd your hat go? You're blinding me.
I'll put it over yonder. Just making my head hot. See? Turning red underneath this fucking bright light you got me baking under.
But I mean, so one guy lost an eye. You know how to solve that? Don't resist arrest. Don't run. And stuff like that.
In a proper world, they would take a picture of an eyeball and stick it on the side of the squad car.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we had one of our K-9s bit this woman's nipple clean off before. Shouldn't have got her titty in the way. I mean, that's all I got to say. I don't know, but I mean, it did. It bit her nipple right off. And she had another one.
The dog has always been a better alternative to shooting somebody.
The dog was like, damn, look, pepperonis. I love pepperoni.
They called them pepperonis.
He's like, he spit it out. That don't taste right. Tastes sour.
Tastes like sour chicken.
It's got hair on it.
Has Freebird got another video?
Let's see what we got on Freebird here. Next one, no. This next one, we do not have. It's me anyway. They had we had a murder.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. I mean, I know it's hard to believe, but someone did die. You know, it wasn't here, though. But we did have murders. We had plenty of murders here.
No.
Yes, he still got one. I mean, shit.
Call him One-Eyed Pete.
Anyway, they had a teenager arrested after 3 people got killed and 1 wounded. In a home invasion in Chicago. I know it's shocking. I know it's shocking. Okay. I know it's shocking that, you know.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys hear it? They fired Lightfoot? I mean, if you didn't hear, you probably don't live in America.
We talked about it last week.
Oh.
You're getting old timers. We did. We talked about Beetlejuice. Yeah. Go back and listen.
I have to now. So.
Anyway, they had a teen who was allegedly, he's a suspect after 3 people were shot dead. Not shot injured, but shot dead. And the 4th person was wounded in an apparent home invasion that went wrong.
He invaded his home of his parents?
I don't think it was his parents.
You said a parent home invasion?
A parent, not his parent. Like an apparent, they think.
Why'd you call it that then?
Because it says it right there, a parent home invasion. Oh. Like.
Okay, so they
apparently it happened.
House. I understand.
It happened around 8:15 p.m. this past Sunday. The cops were called. No shit. The officers arrived on the scene.
58 hours later.
After stopping to get donuts.
Power rings.
They find 4 victims.
And a case of donuts.
4 victims.
This many.
2 women. 1
7
man.
Children.
2 man, 1 woman. No, it's 2 women and 1 man. Shut up, you messing me up.
All cisgendered.
And a juvenile suspect suffering from gunshot wounds.
Allegedly.
3 of the victims, Cortez Daniels, 40 years old, Samaya A. Shelton Tillman, 17 years old, and Sanaya Daniels were all pronounced dead from their injuries. The second woman, 34-year-old Tanya Stewart, was taken to the local hospital in stable condition. Around 2 hours later, a 17-year-old died. The 17-year-old Byron Montgomery was also taken into custody near his house. He said his mom was making his favorite peanut butter and jam sandwiches.
Why'd they put the girl in with the horses?
I don't know.
Said they put her in the stable.
He is now facing 13 felony counts, according to the warrant. The charges include 9 counts of first degree murder. He only killed 3 people.
That's right. That's right. That's northern math. It's kind of like southern chicken math.
9 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count each of attempted first-degree murder, home invasion, aggravated battery with a fireman. No, it's a fire.
With a fireman.
With the firearm. He had this fireman and goes, he's like, I'm going to make you wet. But aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. His bond was set at $25. No, it says $20 million.
Fucking Chicago.
I'm surprised he didn't get a sign-out bond. And
he's fucking R&R.
I can't believe he pled not guilty to these charges. They offered him a deal of 3 days in jail and 5 hours community service, and he said no.
And a check for $200 not to do it again.
Yeah, Montgomery was in a relationship with Tillman, the teenage victim killed. A 3-year-old and a 14-year-old boy were at the house where the shooting took place, but they were not armed.
He was in a relationship with a 14-year-old boy?
The shooting comes just days after Lori Lightfoot became the first mayor to not win a re-election bid. This man said he was upset about it, that he had sensual dreams about trying to make her straight. And he was upset.
Squirt, didn't he?
He was upset that he would never have his chance.
He's like you and Nancy Pelosi wanting to see them titties.
I would have looked at. Nancy Pelosi had some very large titties. I would have definitely liked to look at them, not touch them, but I just want to see them. Like Ron White, you want to see my titties? Yes, I do.
Yeah, right.
Just pop them out. You can roll them back up now. So, but
lick them like an envelope.
I'm surprised they didn't give him a sign out bond and stuff like that. Judge says home invasions scare the crap out of her. Hope you don't have any of those, or wear Depends, because that could be messy.
Yeah, because here in the United States, like we hear the front door click at like 2 a.m. and we know that everybody's in bed. We usually get a shit-eating grin.
Yeah, well, they just fucked up. I'm finally going to get to try this new shotgun I got out.
Like, hey, babe, we need a whole new front wall now. Why, what happened? I tried that fucking double-aught butt with the screws in it. Oh, God, I'm just kidding. People, don't make your own ammunition.
No, it could be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Call a corner, send them to 2 bags. How many people is just one? And a shovel.
You might need a fucking shop vac too, boss.
How many times you shoot them? A lot. How many bullets?
Hit the ground?
How many bullets this thing hold?
Babe, did you buy me a 16 or the 8-rounder?
Reload. But anyway, this little bastard sounds like he needs to go to prison for the rest of his life. But it's Chicago, so he'll probably get probation and a cookie.
He's going to be Lightfoot's personal security guard for the next 10 years.
Now, this next one was Freebirds, and this one is a video, and it's not much of a story to it. These cops were chasing these kids in a allegedly stolen vehicle. And yes, and they kind of have a little mishap. The kids have a little mishap, and then they run off on foot, and then they're captured.
Did they pee in their potty?
If this would have been me, I'd have probably died. Okay, so let's go over here and watch it. It's pretty. This is horrific, people.
Office has released
I want y'all to calm. Don't freak out.
Police chase that started
right here. Just a little crash.
Yeet.
I mean, not real sure if they didn't realize that the road turned right there. But, yeah, they drove completely off the overpass and landed on the roof of the car. Minnesota.
JoJo, usually the best thing you can do if you know they're coming in and just go out a window or something and get far away from the house while you're calling 911.
Or if you have a shotgun, like a 12
yeah,
gauge.
I think you guys are allowed to have it.
You just sit there and wait for them when they open the door. You just shoot them.
You see, gotta really aim, just point it in the general direction.
Blew all the airbags, of course, on this car. You
fucking think?
You seen it drive completely off like a cliff.
I like how your little motorcycle cop's already sitting there on the side.
What I think fun is a little dude right here. He's like, I'm out of here, G.
He just gave birth. That car gave birth to that juvenile.
Yeah, and he's got a friend, and he's like, "Fuck you! I ain't waiting on you."
Yeah, no, I'd be waiting.
Anyway, both these kids were apprehended with minor injuries. Minor injuries.
They were wearing their seatbelts.
They had to be. They drove the car off the overpass and upside down and landed and then get out and run.
Who makes that car? Because I want to buy one for my child.
And it doesn't look like they tried to turn. Look, just straight. Look how it is.
It's black ice, dude. It's fucking cold there. So he probably turned.
The cop stopped. The cop, look how sharp the cop. The cop stopped right on the dime. See it?
Would you not agree that me and you are better trained in?
I say about right here. They both shit their pants about this point right here.
Probably. But I would say that me and you are a little better trained in a patrol car than those children.
Yeah, probably so, but that was a hell of a lick. Glad they're in jail. They probably already are home. Drinking,
little fuckers ain't dead.
Drinking cocoa and having a good laugh about it.
Oh, that's a hell of a story to tell at school next summer.
Kelly said, damn. Aaron said, airbags will save your life. The things do work. And he said, that's his Kia. Is that the one they say it's really easy to steal with like a USB drive or something like that?
That's the TikTok trend, yeah.
Here's a USB drive. Go steal a car. Those kids are damn lucky. I hope their parents whip their ass if they know who their daddy is.
If not, I hope somebody does.
So that's a hot nut story, too. This next one is yours. So
this is kind of stupid. It's going to be a real short story.
It's not stupid.
It's part of a larger issue, I guarantee you, because it's coming out of Atlanta. And right now, Atlanta is a fucking hot pit. We'll show you guys that in a bit. A citronella, and this isn't a fragrance police officer. This is a officer from the town of Citronella.
I was about to say, I bet you have no mosquitoes in that town.
Yeah, right? They better fucking not. The whole town's made of citronella. Police officers were arguing with a man when the suspect allegedly threw a full can of soda can at the officer from a close distance before fleeing.
Or was it a diet soda?
I don't know. Oh, it's Alabama. So a man hurled a full soda can at a police officer's face, fracturing a bone near his eye, according to the Alabama police. I'm pretty sure Alabama don't have a police. They might have a state police.
They have a state police.
Fucking terribly written. Anyway, so the officer gets hit in the fucking face can, and it breaks a part of, I'm assuming, like right here.
Probably fractured that cheekbone or something. That eye socket.
But now he's going to get new plastic surgery and get his cheekbones lifted.
Well, unfortunately, it's not like the old days, because I guarantee if he'd done that about 15, 20 years ago, he would have had to
killed him.
If he made it back to the jail, he made him stop by the hospital first. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that. Yeah, I think they were pretty lucky the way they landed JoJo. It says, Aaron says a flash drive will bypass the remote start. Yeah, I heard a lot. They're having a hard time trying to insure those vehicles.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you teach me how to do it so I can sell them to people? Because I'm telling you what. If down here, if you lose a key to your fucking car, it's like $350 to get a new key for it.
Really?
Yeah. So if you could just go, fuck it.
Well, we're going to talk about what most people, if well, I already heard about it. A lot of it is the riots and the burning they have had at Cop City in Atlanta.
Mostly peaceful protests.
They were peaceful. The cops are lying.
They're having some bonfires out there.
They were just
marshmallows.
they were cold. It was only 80 degrees. They were trying to stay warm. They're just misunderstood people. We'll
they
watch.
were trying to have an Atlanta Saturday night.
Yeah. So let's watch this little video here, and it's pretty messed up. Let me find it. Did I not put it in here?
Maybe you sent it to my email.
Yeah, I think I forgot to put it in here.
Or if you did.
Yep, I think I did. Is it this one?
Probably not.
It's not. I forgot to put it. No, this is another one. That's not. I think I forgot to put that video in here. Anyway, we can tell you about it.
So the Cop City, we've talked about it several weeks ago. Fuck, I thought it was a dead issue. But apparently they're still ramping up and having these BLM riots and all this shit. Like I sent it to Iceman. Apparently Iceman was sending it to me at the exact same time. And we both got caught up to speed. Basically, what would you say? 100, 150 people easy? Just
probably so.
Throwing...
They actually used like a flare on it so you could see how many it actually was. And they were marching. They set 2 pieces of equipment on fire.
We're throwing Molotovs.
They were throwing fireworks and like them and shit at the police, which can be deadly. Especially, right. I mean, like these artillery shells and shit. I mean, if you ever shot fireworks, and those things can kill you.
Yeah, the ones that go up fucking 85 feet before they detonate?
Yeah, and they're throwing those and stuff. To me personally, I don't see why that when these people are throwing explosives, basically some type of hand grenade at you, it can set your uniform on fire. It can blind you. It can do all kind of damage to you. It can burn you. If you're throwing to me shit like that at me, I ought to be able to throw something back at you in the form of lead bullets, okay?
Well, I mean, hear me out. I personally think the only reason it's not done is because of case law doesn't exist on it yet. Because I think that if it ended up in front of a Supreme Court or, even a state Supreme Court, and you had an individual throwing one of those 3-inch mortar rounds at an officer there's Duke. And the officer, prior to it exploding, was able to return fire. I think it would come down to, did the officer have the right? Is the individual still a threat? Because I don't know.
Well, you look at when they had them before, they still do. They throw frozen water bottles or Coke cans. Shows right there, this man had his eye socket or something fractured. That hits you right in the temple or the head the right way, it could kill you. It's like getting hit in the head with a brick.
Yeah, buddy, but look at the videos not long ago where the officer's being chased around a parking lot by a suspect with a knife, and he starts stabbing all the car tires, and he approaches the officer shoots him, and he's currently sitting in jail.
It's bullshit.
Well, it is bullshit, but that's the world we live in.
Well, we know about William Ben Darby, still in jail, still working on getting him out.
He needs to be out. He's an innocent man.
They got T-shirts on his site also.
All these fucking trumped up charges on all these poor officers that were just doing their fucking job so they could go home at the end of the day.
That talking about, like I said, officers getting charged wrong. If y'all want to help support, trying to help them get out, I made a section on my website. You can go there, and you don't have to buy a T-shirt from me. You can go directly. I got it linked directly to their site. They have, because I went and bought 2 of them. So do what you got to do if you can. If you can, if you can't, you can't. But I believe, Holstera believes, you believe it's going to, the man sitting in jail unjustifiably. They wouldn't holler about criminals that have been locked up illegally. Well, this man's not even a criminal, and he's locked up.
No, I mean, these are people that do a job every day and swear to protect the innocent. And most of us are prepared to, if need be, pay the ultimate sacrifice. But at the end of the day, you get some liberal piece of shit prosecutor that decides, you know what? We're going to fucking stick it to him.
Yep.
You know, especially after they already offered him a plea where it's like, you know, hey, if your boss will fire you, you won't even be charged.
Well, it was the police department, state police, and everybody else cleared him.
Yeah.
This guy went after him for some reason. Got some woke ass jury.
Fucking Judas.
Next, we're gonna run back over here to Baton Rouge, because I mean this is shocking because there's barely ever any crime in Baton Rouge.
No,
barely ever. We had a very large scuffle today at one of the alternative middle schools.
Is that a school for penguins?
No, it's a school for the little bastards, I guess, that are bad. But
bye, Joe.
Bye, JoJo. Anyway, they had a little scuffle over there, a little scuffle, a little dust up. They had just about 100 people, students, were involved in a fight. 100 people, including parents, at this school were involved in a fight.
No, not the parents.
Yes, the parents too.
Parents are never part of the problem.
Said the fight started in the high school gym, and it spilled out onto the rest of the campus. 12 innocent people were arrested.
You mean unlawfully detained, or
no? They were arrested.
Like taken down to county jail.
They went down to the pokey.
Shit.
They had a massive police presence there, along with the police and the sheriff's office.
It's the police department.
Yeah, and guess what else they found just laying in the street out there by the school?
Used condoms.
That and a gun.
Oh, more surprised by the condoms.
It was in the gun. No, they found a gun. Of course, they asked who it belonged to. Everybody's like, oh, no, I never seen it before.
Everybody said, me, it's my gun, give it back.
Anyway, this fight, this little dust-up started because two little girls, probably over some dude, most likely. And, of course, the NAACP has already released a statement saying that their representative spoke to the sheriff and that the agency is reviewing videos of the incident and decide whether his deputies' actions were appropriate. Because one cop had to go to the hospital because his hip got injured in all of this.
Oh, so they had a cop like you working there.
Yeah.
Yeah, them old hips. Like pop it out of place one time.
But they got parents were involved in it. And I got a little short video that shows. See, part of it, they're saying they just slammed this young man's head into a brick wall.
Oh, that was the little video you showed earlier.
Yeah, by accident, but it's about
promising.
It's very promising, but it's going to pop back up here. But it's like they shoved this man. This cop did not shove this kid's head into a wall. Okay, I'm just going to let y'all know that.
No,
now.
he shoved him off a fucking bridge.
Now, watch right here, very closely. Okay, this cop never shoves this kid into that brick wall.
Did he pull his pants up for him?
That was not a shove. His head hit the brick. What I'm trying to explain is he did not shove his head into the brick wall. He was fighting with this kid, which this kid, if you look, they say this.
He's the size of a grown-ass man.
He's the same size as he's actually taller than the cop, okay? He's bigger than the cop, okay? And he never shoves his head. See, right here, bang. Did he shove that? No.
No, at one time, he needed to use a closed fist technique, which the suspect thought as a strike. So he moved out of the way real fast and banged his head off the wall.
But right here, they trying to say he shoved his head. He never shoved his head. What he did was right here, he punched him in the side of the head, causing his head to jerk back and smack into the wall. Okay.
You know what? This is why we don't have beat cops inside of schools.
That's why I'm not. That's why I can't be an SRO, because if this was going on, it's a good chance I would actually see what I look like, because I'd be on the news right now doing this.
When have you
right
ever
here.
seen this, though? I mean, it looks like police, the sheriff, fucking like some kind of border patrol or something.
That's the sheriff.
Look at all the different uniforms.
This is the sheriff's office right here in green.
Well, what about the guy going hands-on?
That sheriff's office, he's in green.
He just ain't got no patches.
Yeah.
He's just covert.
He's probably the resource
SRO.
officer.
Really?
Probably. But anyway, they have two of them there. But, I mean, he never pushed the kid's head. Not once. But this kid right here is as bigger than the cop. And the kid's resisting. And he just gives him, says, hey, dude, stop resisting, and let them know to stop resisting. And the close-handed strike worked. And they go to the ground, and all is well. And look at all these kids. This is a middle school. These are some big-ass kids. Big kids. Right here.
You see it right there. Very tense situation this morning at the school, and we're working to get more deep.
And they'll say it was racially motivated, even though the officer was the same color as the child.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all can see it. If anybody wants to go watch it, it's at about 1 hour into this. I don't see anything wrong with it. You can see I couldn't download it, so I copied it off the computer. If you're looking
Yeah,
at
I was going to say, I can see around the room.
Yeah, if you can see in the background there, you can see my Judge Dredd helmet hanging up that
My
Holstera
signature's on the wall
got
to the left of that.
And some of the stuff. Yeah, that's kind of my wall back there. But yeah, me personally, I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. They got a lot of these kids that are bigger than we are.
Right, and they know it too, and they think that we can't touch them.
I mean, I don't know if this was shit. This I think was last school year, I believe, or it's been a long time. I talked about that I was at a school and this kid. Well, I thought it was a fucking like senior that was like 20 years old, and he got in a fist fight and somebody punched him in the face and he was boohooing. And I'm like, dude, just calm down. I mean, this dude was like,
you think he works there or something?
This kid was like 6'3" and like 300 pounds. I mean, this kid was 6'3", 6'4". He's a big ass kid. I'm thinking he's about to graduate, right? And I look at the teacher on the side, and I was like, what the hell is he boohooing like a little titty baby? This kid, I think, was like 12 years old. He was a fucking monster. He was like 12 and just boohooing like a little titty baby. I mean, he could eat people at the school, you know. And he just
in my belly.
Just a big puss. But it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I'm supposed to play kid gloves with a kid that's, you know, me and 1.5 of me, you know.
Hear me out. I think I have a proposal. Okay.
I already told you I'm already married.
No. So here's my thought. It should be an option, if you choose so, as a parent, to send a kid to school. There should be an option for the parent to buy a shock bracelet, one that locks around you charge it at home, and you put it on the bracelet. And the kid goes to school. Well, basically, the teachers can monitor the child as well as the parent. And the teacher hits a button and says, your teacher or your student just said, fuck you, Miss Johnson. And mother can be like, oh, really, little Billy? And light his ass up for a 15-second ride. And then the mom and dad at home, it'll be the same thing. It'll be like, hey, little Jimmy, I need you to go do the dishes. Man, I'm playing these video games. Little Jimmy, I'm not going to ask you again. I told you, and he's fucking flopping like a fish for 15 seconds.
I love it, but the problem is you got too many parents out there now that think little Jimmy and little Sally don't do no wrong.
But here's the thing: is I think even those parents would enjoy it instead of, because most of the times you can't even ground your juvenile dependent anymore, because taking away their tablet and their phone means that they're going to annoy the living piss out of you. That wasn't the same way when we were growing up. So most parents won't do that. Now, you don't even have to do that. Let him keep playing with his phone. But when he flops like a fish for 15 seconds in the floor, he'll very quickly learn that shit sucks and to do things first time asked.
Yeah, I mean, if your kid says, no, I ain't doing it, and you hit him with a stun gun, like a 1,000,000-volt stun gun,
right,
and it knocks them unconscious for a few seconds, and then they wake back up, and they're like, what happened? It's like, you didn't listen to me. Now go wash the dishes. And then I guarantee you when I say go wash the dishes, they're going to be like, yes, sir, and they're going to jump up and they're going to go fucking wash the dishes.
Yeah, it's not going to be any of this fucking bullshit. You're like, yeah, I'll do it in a minute. You just fucking get zapped. And when you turn 18, you get to go up to the sheriff's office or the police department and say, please remove this. And they remove it from you. That's it. You get it removed, and then you're free. And then one day when you have children, you just go pick a new one up.
Well, Aaron said his kids, my kid, he said, kid, my ass, he is taller than me. Yeah. And Billy says I wouldn't want to be a teacher or bus driver these days. I totally agree with you on that. Me either. And didn't I hear all cops are racist? I know. See, I had planned on what I was going to do is if they got to the point where we got up to the jury thing and they were asking me questions, and since I'm in law enforcement, and they're like, well, do you think, because you're in law enforcement, you'd automatically think I'll be like, oh, hell no. I'm a cop, so I don't believe none of them bastards. Say, hell, I hate cops so bad, I spray paint graffiti on my own house. I spray paint fuck 12 on my own house, and then I call and write a report on it.
These people are helping me.
It's like these damn
forever.
Says Billy said he drove a school bus for 3 years, and it's so different now. Yes, I mean they won't let you drink while you're driving now. I mean,
I would drive a school bus if they did it like reverse taxi.
Oh no,
like to where they they step onto the bus, but they can't get to me because I'm behind plexiglass. If they did that all the way around you so the kids could not interact with you and all I had to do was drive.
I'm telling you, I couldn't even be a bus driver because I'd be like, all the little bastards would be back there screaming and hollering because they have no respect for nobody. And then I'm like, sit down. They're like, man, fuck you, bus driver. We ain't do what we want to do. I'm like, oh, shit. Did y'all see that dog? As all the kids that were standing up are now getting off the floor because I just locked the brakes up after doing like 45 miles an hour. It's like, oh, shit, the dog ran out in front of me. I didn't want to hurt the dog. And it's like all the kids are back there and like broken arms and legs and shit. And one of them's got a pencil jab through in his head, stuff. It's like, yeah, I'd be in all kind of trouble.
I used to have a Spanish bus driver that would do that to us kids when we were bad. He would just slam on the brakes and jerk the steering wheel, and it would make everybody fly out of their seats and get hurt and everything. He'd be like, did you see the size of that chicken?
Oh, I mean, it's so different now because I remember our bus driver one time got stuck in a ditch backing up. And and she's like,
do the rock?
And she's like, oh, we're gonna have to call. We're like, fuck of that, Scooby Doo's coming on, it was like at the end of school. But if it was on the way to school, it'd have been different. We didn't care. So all of us got off the bus and we started rocking it and like pushed the bus out the ditch. And I remember the way it was. If it would have rocked the wrong way with the way the bumper was, it would like cut out. It just chopped our fingers and shit off. But we got that bus out and we went about our merry business because Scooby-Doo and Transformers were going to be on and we wasn't missing our shit.
Southern kids get it done.
Yeah, because I mean, like on the way to school, oh no, it's like this shit, you better call a record. We're going to be there for hours.
I always slept on the way to school. You just do that thing where you put your knees up against the seat in front of you. Just like, nope, I'm going back to bed.
Dude, I'm so old now that we didn't have seats on our buses. We sat on 5-gallon buckets.
Shit, and you had to still ride the Brontosaurus.
And you had to hold on really tight because sometimes them horses up front would get a little rowdy. And
now we know you're talking shit.
What?
Y'all didn't have no horses. Y'all walked 15 miles uphill both ways.
I walked 15 miles uphill both ways. In the swamp when it was snowing and the alligators were trying to eat you.
You know, Gator McCluskey is my cousin.
I mean, I got chased by Bigfoot 3 times on my way home from school.
Most of y'all call him that. I call him Becky. Is my sister. Anyway. Hot nuts, I'm going to go with that first one you thought was funny.
I got one more story.
Are you fucking shitting me? I wouldn't have went off on a tangent.
It's quite okay. It's going to be okay. Calm down. Eat a mint. We remember us talking about the guy from Georgia?
Nope.
Yeah, we talked about him last week. Man from Georgia came down here to Baton Rouge and he's missing. This dude don't remember shit. Anyway,
hanging out with
the guy from Georgia came down here on business. He was out drinking and then he was missing. And I said, unfortunately, they were probably going to find him deceased. Well, guess what?
They found him.
What's up, Thomas? They found this poor guy dead. Okay, and this dude's married, 2 stepchildren, 3. No, he was not at Roy's house. He was found dead in Baton Rouge. They found him. He was wrapped in plastic and rolled up in carpet and found in the lot of an abandoned funeral home.
Weird question. What is the ethnicity of said gentleman?
He is a white man. White man.
That rules out anything I thought. Get lost in the swamps back
So they have done most of the autopsy in Baton Rouge City, in the coroner so far it says they are saying that there's no foul play is suspected. They think he died of an accidental overdose.
And then wrapped himself in plastic.
My thing is okay. It's like the dude was wrapped in plastic and rolled up in a fucking carpet.
You at least need to look for somebody for improperly dumping a body.
And it was an accidental overdose. Well, who rolled him up? That's like saying, okay, we found Jim's car 6 miles up the road, and we found Jim with concrete shoes on and chains dumped in the middle of the pond.
He was still on them fucking chains and got wrapped up in them when he was swimming across the river.
He committed suicide. I mean,
it reminds me of an old joke. I can't say it, but it reminds me of a joke.
But this guy was found wrapped in plastic, wrapped in a rug, like mob style shit.
It was an accidental and they're like, suicide.
Oh yeah, it was an accidental overdose. It's like, well, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, man, I'm so drunk and high. I'm gonna wrap myself up in some plastic and a carpet and like. Yeah, it's like he wasn't a dumb, not a dumpster, but I'm just gonna roll around the city, you know, and it's gonna be fun just to roll around the city and sidewalks in a carpet. If you see the pictures of this guy, if you go look, I mean, this guy was a businessman. He didn't look like no dope head or nothing like that at all. This man looked like. I'm not saying he wasn't, but it's like. But I'm just saying it's like, oh yeah, well, from the coroner's report, we haven't been able to find any cause of death, like blunt force trauma, and being shot, anything. Look, when he left the bar, they say he was drunk when he left his bar. How you know somebody didn't come up to him and say, look, and we're robbing him at gunpoint? And it's like, look, he's like, please don't kill me. I got a wife and kids. Like, all right, I'm going to kill you. Take this pill. It's going to knock you out. So when you come through, I got time enough to get away. And it was some big-ass fentanyl pill, and he takes the pill, and he ODs, and he dies, and they kill him like that. How you know that didn't happen? It's a possibility. I'm just saying, if I'm ever found dead, wrapped in plastic in a carpet,
ask questions,
don't let these motherfuckers say that I accidentally OD'd, okay? I'm just saying. The family is extremely upset.
Did you see the story out of Russia last month where the wanted pedophile, he actually had a warrant in Russia for pedophilia, found out his face was smashed in. They ruled it natural causes. Not even making the shit up. Like that brings pride to my heart.
Yeah, but the wife and the family are, of course, asking the state police and stuff to step in. They're like, hey, something's, because Baton Rouge, it's like right now the mayor and stuff's like, all this bad publicity we're getting, And I did make a meme, but I was like, I just didn't put it out because I think it's too soon because this guy just died. But I made this meme. It's a guy wearing a white T-shirt. And I put on the T-shirt. It says, "I went to Baton Rouge, and I just came back rolled up in the carpet." I mean, it's like, but I'm like, yeah, I think it might be too soon for that. But I mean, just the mayor. I mean, I wouldn't come to Baton Rouge for vacation or New Orleans or anything. I mean, not just to stay there. I mean, you come with somebody like me, I know where to go. Where you most likely aren't going to get marked. But it's like
that is true. He's a really hospitable guest.
But it's just like but
you don't get to use the couch though. That's mine.
It's not. It's just it's a shithole. I mean, what I think's funny is the Zachary police chief. I think today made an apology because I don't know if he did it or somebody on the city Zachary police or Central Police. Central. It's one of them. Put on their Facebook that Baton Rouge was a shithole, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It's like, what are you apologizing for? Because their feelings got hurt? Because the city's a shithole? I mean, if you want your city not to be a shithole, fix it. Do something about it. Don't he's so mean. He said the city's a shithole. Yeah, it is. It's dangerous. Who wants to just, come to Baton Rouge, walk on the streets. Maybe you'll make it home. Alive, maybe. But that's just,
right. My hot nuts is the coroner from Baton Rouge that ruled it a accidental death.
It's just been going down, Billy. It's just, the murder rate, I mean.
Yeah, you guys actually topped Chicago, so.
Let me see. I'll just give y'all. This is just like from one of the news sources. Of course, we have the thing about the 12 kids. We had a sheriff's office employee arrested for DWI and some other stuff, and she resigned her job. We got the no signs of foul play. We got we got a sheriff's officer in there carrying AEDs in their patrol units.
I like that.
We have talking about thefts. We got a library director that just up and quit because of the pornographic books and stuff they're business at. In the library, we got 4 kids that were arrested on stolen horses that we've been talking about.
Don't you have an entire episode you do about this?
I'm just giving them a up thing. You know what? You're trying to rush me. Just hush your mouth. We got a woman that murdered her living boyfriend. I mean, this is just the news reports in the last,
But what
today.
Do you do?
Today.
What do he do?
You untie the police's hand and let them start doing proactive police work again.
Hey, that'd be a change, wouldn't it? If they just said, you know what? Hey, America, all brass is going on vacation for the next 7 days. You come back, them towns will be fucking clean. You're going to have a lot of reports to fucking
you talking
over.
about like a purge shit.
No, I'm talking about all the cops. Go do cop shit.
Cop shit, yeah.
Be extremely proactive. We do what is necessary to make sure that these suspects are brought to justice, and we put them into a facility. Now, I don't know if they're going to get fed or not, because some counties don't like to keep their jails on the payroll and sign them over to the local town. By the way, did you know they added a tax for that?
What?
To my house, for the county now owning the jail. Now it has its own tax, kind of like a school.
No, that don't surprise me. All right, y'all. If y'all want to vote on, if y'all want to vote on hot nuts, we're going to go. Hot nut 1 is I'm saying that I'm picking is New York paying gang members not to break the law. Then we got hot nut number 2 is the mayor being really smart and saying, "Oh, don't let them wear a mask inside no more because it's criminal." We got Florida getting rid of their K-9 over there in Gainesville. We have kids running off the bridge, and we got the coroner saying, "Yeah, it was drug overdose. I don't know how he got in the carpet." So we got quite a bit done. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5. So my vote, you're voting for no foul play. I'm voting for the New York paying the criminal. Brady says
I
no,
could go either way. They're both
no more masks. So.
Well, I laugh because everybody keeps being afraid of a new strain. And if it comes back full circle, he'll have to go back and say he was an idiot for making that policy.
Carpet guy. Kids running off bridge. So carpet guy's in the lead right now. Do. Carpet guy, Mr. Riley.
Yep.
New York with the kids and kids over the bridge. Well, carpet guy's still up by 1. I was just like, when I saw that come out, I was like, really? I mean, you get wrapped up in carpet though, and just.
Well, I mean, you know, from working smaller departments, that sometimes you are the one that has to investigate those. And I mean, I have, and I couldn't imagine saying, yeah, it's a suicide, but there's no gun on the scene. You know, like a gunshot wound to the head, but the gun is nowhere to be found. That would be a very hard case to say it's simple suicide.
Brady, that's not an option. He wants to vote for the guy that tried to steal his truck today.
Brady, it was Freebird. He thought
it was a pickup truck.
Is he pulling a trailer? Why was he parked in the turn lane?
It's raining men. Hallelujah. Raining men.
Amen.
Just give you a little theme music back there.
And that matches your little lion, rawr.
So, no, my lion.
See, he had a trailer. I'm telling you,
it's not
Freebird.
Wasn't that kind of trailer.
He was like, his motherfucker's parking on the fucking shoulder. If somebody's going to hit him, I'm going to steal the truck.
It looks like Carpet Man is got it. The corner. The carpet guy. It's the corner. And the police for saying, oh, there's no foul play involved.
I can use that ass for a pillow. It's comfortable.
I'm just waiting because I'm just saying, if I was a cop, I'd been like, yeah, we're going to investigate this a little more before we just call
them dumbass motherfuckers.
No foul play.
Well, I mean, yeah, usually the coroner makes that determination and then shares it with us, and then as long as we agree.
Because somebody obviously had to they're trying to hide the body. Why were they trying to hide it?
At minimum, you need to investigate it for improper disposal of a body. Somebody that's okay with dumping bodies is not okay. Brady, he is not 17 mentally. He is. If you look over there on the other side of, I don't know which side that is.
So, I don't know. So he got me write this down. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for this evening.
Love every one of you. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm thinking about Friday night, depending on if everything keeps going the way it is, maybe doing another one of those TikTok reviews like we did before.
We can, yeah, because I could do it Friday, but
people kind of liked it.
Saturday night I'm going to be blitzed because it's my birthday.
Oh, Lord. You're going to be like what? How old you going to be?
36, I think.
30 whole fucking 6 years old.
Yeah.
And it's Saturday?
Yep.
That's not Brady. That's not how you spell felony at all, right there. You just got out of school.
I love it though.
You just Fioli, whatever.
I like it. Come over here and rub some Fioli on me. It's
all right, everybody. Like I said, I appreciate it. Y'all be safe. Watch your back.
Great night. See y'all Friday.
Smile, because I could be behind you. And remember, be the lion.
Rawr.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things.